Okay, hello everyone. We are on video 3 for our T3 project. This is trying to get Colab to actually give us some data. And so in this demo project, I am imagining a study of this algae bloom. You can see it visibly here. This is in a lake in Northern Ireland. Not sure what caused it. Sometimes it's runoff from farmers using fertilizer. In the outside world, like the ocean, it can be for other reasons. But what I'm going to do is pick an area here, a region of interest that's suitable, and then go back to Colab and ask for it. So if I use a little measuring tool here, I think I can get a sense about how big. So that's about 1 kilometer. And I'm just getting an approximate 1 square kilometer region. So I think that if yeah, that's very close to 1 square kilometer. You can see up here. So I just want to be able to tell Colab that this area here is called Randallstown Forest, and this is the town of Antrim over here. Stop that. Come on, you. All right. And so I now will pop back to Colab, and so I said, I am successfully registered and can access Google Earth Engine from Colab. That was the first 2 videos. Now write for me a single block of Python code for Colab that will return satellite data from a 1 kilometer square region of interest in this lake. I think that is the Irish word for lake, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I would like the ROI to be 1 kilometer square, located entirely on the lake between Antrim and Randallstown Forest. I would like the data to include the chlorophyll proxy data. When I went up and asked about how to study, that was what I was told would be the way to do it without needing photographic data. This is a different satellite, so I think it can see through the cloud somehow. We'll see what kind of data I get. I would also like the data to be displayed and downloaded on my desktop. All right, so I click the button and I keep my fingers crossed, and we'll see what good old ChatGPT will write for me. And then I'm going to put this into Colab. And occasionally, ChatGPT has been freezing on me, but here it is. Okay. So this is occasionally repetitive. It may not remember that it's already told me to do this. So let's just see. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to Colab and get started. And I think it usually will say already running, but okay, so good. All right. And then okay, so I have got the code here and I have copied it. And I'm going to go and see if it will run. It almost never does in the first try, but it looks like it might have here. And it's going to save my data. That's very encouraging. Let's see what it did. Okay, it's got something, but it's not showing anything. All right, so in a way that's good, but I also think I'd like to see a display of what the region of interest actually, where it was exactly. So I'm going to go back and ask for those 2 things. I could also quickly look at what that data looks like if I open this up. And if there's a lot of zeros in there. Oh, so there's no, yeah, there's no data. That's discouraging. Maybe there's an issue. Okay, so ChatGPT obviously is not perfect, and so suddenly it now looks like there's a better way to study this, or at least an alternative way. Can I have new code that will find this data? Okay, we'll try it again. So click on runtime and restart runtime. Let's see. Runtime. Okay, I'm going to go back. Oh, now one thing is, usually you have to put in, okay, algae bloom. A lot of times, just a heads up, you have to type this in. The code will not necessarily write that. So you got to watch for it, but it's been putting it in, which is nice. There's some more data again. We'll see if it works. There's some data. That looks more encouraging. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. What does that mean? Okay. Well, I am going to have to figure out what that does. And that'll maybe be another video. But that is at least something that ran, and I will have to figure it out. So we took a little pause while I tried to figure this out. This is where we left off with this crazy graph. Well, when I went back to ChatGPT, it said it was because, well, here's what I said. I said that code ran, however, produced a graph, and I just took a screenshot and sent it there. And how do I make sense of this? You're right, that zigzagging graph, because the dates were not sorted properly, okay? So that was the problem. So they explain why, and they say, here's a fix. I did say that I would like it to display a map showing the ROI, because that's what I want to put in my poster project. Where the heck are they actually getting this data from? And then I referenced my earlier code writing. This is where if you pasted in my code, posted elsewhere, it would know sort of how to do that, because originally Colab got it wrong. It used the wrong type of graphical interface to get a map out, so that was a bit of a thing. Anyway, so here it is. Here's the new code. Copied this code, and now we will give it a try. And let's see, why is it in 2 parts? 3 parts, okay. So that we'll do that, I guess. And I'm going to delete that and come back to this part. And we'll run that, and we'll just do it in parts. Okay, so this is the... Aha, look at that. Good job, ChatGPT. Look at that region of interest. All right, so that's why you want to display things. I'm going to move it south and get actual data from a lake. It's getting maybe a little bit disjointed, but I went back to ChatGPT and I said when the graph displayed, the ROI was on land. Fix the code to move it 5 kilometers to the east and 1 kilometer south. Also, I wanted a single block of code, so it claims to have done that. And now we will check, get the copy of this code, go back to Colab. That's kind of funny, but not when you're trying to get your project done. So here it is. It almost always has an error in it, but I've been lucky so far. Let's see. And I will quick look at this data to see if there's actual numbers there. Should be. Okay, hopefully they've sorted out the data issue. Scroll down. Okay, that is actually on the water, so that is okay. I would take that. I think I would maybe still move it a little bit to the east. I think that the algae bloom from the map I saw was more over here, so I might move that again, but that's still an improvement. And so now let's scroll down a little bit and see. Okay, so that looks like this might be something that's just normal noise before an algae bloom, and then maybe this is the actual exponential decay of the algae bloom. All right, so that's interesting and is potentially useful data. Again, this is where I, the citizen scientist, will have to do some further investigation. But for the point of this video, it's how to get Colab to cooperate, and hopefully that showed you a few examples of how to go back and forth and make it work. Good luck.